Hello, welcome back. This is Miniature Mike, and today I got kind of a fun video. I want to do the unique Yuuzhan Vong characters. There's only 3 of them, so this will be a pretty quick video. Later on, maybe in a week or 2, I'll do all the non-unique characters and throw them out there. Full disclosure, I do not play with the Yuuzhan Vong too much at all, but I think I feel generally familiar with like what certain people do, what things they can be capable of. But I'm sure there's plenty of things that I myself am not crazy versed on, because the Yuuzhan Vong are a really weird, unique team. They're not like any of the other teams at all. They have a lot of interesting things going for them with the force immunity, lots of melee attack, and some other kind of tricks up their sleeve. So let's get through these 3. They're all pretty cool. First of all, got to start with not that one. Nom Anor. Nom Anor, in my opinion, was one of the coolest looking minis. I think he looks fantastic. And as a character, his hit points, I think he's really good with that. He's got 80 HP, and he's also, keep in mind, he's not melee attack. This guy can shoot, which is kind of like funny to Mandela effect, because I used to always think he was melee attack, but he's not. He can actually shoot. So for his costs and being able to shoot, he has good hit points, just kind of right in the middle. His ranged survivability is exceptional. This guy introduced super stealth. This guy's defense is solid. And then he has super stealth. Basically, if he's in cover, nobody's touching him unless they're right next to him. And that's just so much fun. It's such a great power. And it is fun that they eventually extended it to a few other people as well. And it's fun because it's characters in your squad who have cover cannot be targeted. Oftentimes, people with super stealth, it's very specific who they select. So it could be Order 66, it could be Rebel Commandos, things like that. But with him, it's a little bit more general. So this could apply to a lot of fringe characters, for example. So I think his melee survivability, it's poor. It's not horrible, though. Part of the reason for that is he has decent defensive things, like he could use the player in bowl to do the 40 damage if someone's next to him. He has loner for high attack. Again, he has force immunity, which is going to be helpful for several, for certain circumstances, of course, but it's still poor overall. Attack is exceptional. He gets 12, and then he's going to be by himself. He'll go to 16. Generally, he'll have 16 attack, and then he could have cunning attack for 20 attack. So this guy's attack's through the roof. Like, he will hit his target, which is really fun. And kind of next up is you have the max damage. Not very good, unfortunately. It's 10 base. He can get up to 20 with cunning attack sometimes. He can do player and ball against the unique characters, just like, 50-50 chance for 40 damage. So he needs a little bit of help to do more damage, and there are ways of doing that. There are characters out there. I mean, comes to mind, the Zerka Scientist could give him twin attack. That could be really nice. But then, of course, you would lose some other powers. But there's ways to kind of improve that a bit for sure. But something you have to kind of keep in mind, he doesn't necessarily hit too hard, but he will hit with the good attack. So next up, you have the special abilities. They're exceptional. Like, this guy's got some awesome powers. I've already mentioned super stealth. Player and ball is solid. The Ooglyph Massacre is really fun. So at the start of a skirmish, choose a non-unique allied character. That ally gains stealth. So this could be so many characters. You could do it for, most of the time, you'll probably do it for some really interesting special fringe character. I saw someone on Blue Milk give this to a Rancor, which was the silliest thing ever. So the Rancor had super stealth, and it was hilarious. So much fun. So Ooglyph Massacre, pretty fun. I really like that a lot. The loner's good for him, force immunity, and then cunning attack. So I think this guy's got some awesome tools. A lot of it's kind of buoyed up by the super stealth, but either way, I really like the abilities. I think his abilities synergize pretty well together. Having super stealth is great with player and ball, so people have to get next to you. Then you could do some more damage. Force immunity, people get next to you. If they're Jedi, they can't do as much against you as they normally would. So he's got a lot of good stuff. And then obviously the self-destruct commander effect plays into this as well. I don't think he's necessarily the most versatile, because I kind of see him doing a few things. He gives the self-destruct and super stealth thing out. He doesn't hit super hard. He has to be alone, so it's not like he's really Mr. Let's go do a whole lot of different things, but he does a couple of really fun things really well, and I think you can bump that up with interesting combinations. Commander effect, definitely a 5. This thing's exceptional. Characters in your squad with stealth who have cover cannot be targeted by non-adjacent enemies. Fantastic. And then characters in your squad with stealth gain self-destruct 20, so you can do some silly stuff with this. I love getting the Yuuzhan Vong advanced scouts. They're really cheap. Give him super stealth, because they already have stealth, which is fun, and just have him run around, use thud bug, super annoying, and then if the enemy has to kill them, they're going to take that 20 damage, and it's so frustrating. And there's other characters you can make. I love doing this with Keldor bounty hunters, because they already have self-destruct 40, but they get super stealth, so lots of fun options for how you can kind of exploit this commander effect, but kind of fun. I wouldn't say it's a meme one, but it's definitely different, I guess you could say. So for Yuuzhan Vong, I give him a 5. He's my favorite Yuuzhan Vong character. I think he's so much fun. Blue Milk would definitely agree. Special ability, so his Abyss, his specialty, I should say, he's a super stealther, the original one, the OG, I would say. So his pros, he's got super stealth, deadly CE, and then he's the only ranged Yuuzhan Vong. And his con is, doesn't have great offensive potential, but it's not hopeless, and there are ways to improve it, but just something to kind of keep in mind. Anyways, let's move on to character number 2, same set from Universe, Warmaster Tsavong Lah. This one's a lot of fun character, because kind of one of the original like tank characters, lots of HP, and can take quite a beating. So this one is fun. Let's jump right into him. Hit points. Also, I should say, Nom Anor was the awesome score, a 4.25. This guy's fantastic. So Warmaster Tsavong Lah, his HP is phenomenal. So I could put this up even higher. He costs 63. He's got 200 HP, and that's pretty crazy. A 200 HP. I think I may even put it up even higher, just because you could even say Yuuzhan Crab Armor 6. You could even say that might even bump it up to like 270 or more. It's really, really, really good. So his HP's through the roof. This guy can take so much damage, which is a lot of fun. His range survivability and his melee survivability. Oop, looks like it didn't update these two. Either way, both survivability scores, they're really, really good. It's not like he doesn't have evade, he doesn't have mobile attack, he doesn't have those traditional things that would be really good, or like block or something like that. But he has crazy HP, and he has Yuuzhan Crab Armor, and then you can throw Force Immunity in there for kicks and giggles, and he can just take so much damage and so many hits that it's okay. So I'm not giving him the top score, but maybe I should. And maybe I should bump these up to 4.0, because he can take quite a lot of damage, and it's a lot of fun. And Yuuzhan Crab Armor 6, in my opinion, that's one of the best like armor special abilities in the entire game, because it's not like Dark Armor where it's, lightsabers are not immune, and some of the other ones, whereas with Yuuzhan Crab Armor 6, you have a 75% chance of success, and it's pretty much any time he takes damage, so it could be rockets, grenades, explosions, whatever, and he can diminish the damage, which is a lot of fun. So his attack is also an awesome. So normally 63s will have a super high attack. This guy's got amazing attack. He's got 15. He can make it 19 on a momentum attack. So this guy will not miss his targets very often at all. Really, really, really good there. But his max damage on the other side is terrible. It really is really bad. He is, for being a 63, most 63s, to keep in mind, they'll be like 20 damage, triple attack, and maybe like Sith Rage or something. This guy, he's 15, he's 10 attack, 10 damage, and triple. That's it. Maybe you can use a cleave to do an extra attack. Momentum only works on the one attack when you move, so unfortunately for him, it's one thing I really hate about Warmaster is the fact that his damage potential is really frustrating, because he's got great attack, he can stay alive, but he just kind of like pokes people and doesn't do much damage. Luckily, there are ways of improving. We'll talk about it next week, but there are a couple of Yuuzhan Vong that can, improve this, make it better. They can give him poison or cunning attack and things like that to just kind of make it more effective. Another thing you could do, you can mix him with the weak way, I think it's a weak way leader, something like that. Give him Mighty Swing. So if he wants to use triple attack, he's already going to get Mighty Swing, and that can just kind of immediately double the attack and make it much better. So that's an option too. There are ways of making it better. It's just kind of disappointing right off the bat that the offensive potential isn't really there, unfortunately. Special abilities, though, also awesome. Cleave is really nice, although with the low amount of damage, I don't know how awesome it's going to be, but you have it. Force Immunity, of course, melee. Momentum is a little frustrating, because if this guy had 20 damage, it would be fun. You do 30 damage on the attack, and high attack, high damage, but unfortunately it's just 10 would go to 20, and that's not as exciting, but it's good that he has it. Triple is nice, and then Yuuzhan Crab Armor 6 is really nice, of course, like I mentioned, so great special abilities overall. His special ability synergy and the versatility, I think it's all just solid. Like, he's got a lot of HP, he can take a lot of hits, and he can just run out there, use his tankiness, and then he has that high attack, just kind of go around and do a lot of stuff. So it's not like all of his powers, like, if he had 20 damage, perhaps, maybe I think his powers might synergize better together, or maybe then he could use momentum more effectively. So it's just kind of a mixed bag of things going on there. I think he'd be more versatile if he could do more damage right off the bat. Commander effect is also, it's great. And so it's allied Yuuzhan Vong who end their move within 6 squares gain momentum. I think this is really, really nice for certain Yuuzhan Vong. There's certain ones that have like twin attack built in already. There's certain Yuuzhan Vong where if you just kind of give this to them, their arsenal, it can make them their rush attack so much more effective. So I think it's a really good power for his team, absolutely. But like I said, it only applies to Yuuzhan Vong, so just keep that in mind. So Yuuzhan Vong score, I give him a 4.5. It's awesome. Blue Milk, pretty similar to Warmaster Tsavong Lah. He's at 8.63. And his special abilities is he's just a total tank. That's what he is. On eBay, he's not too bad. So to round him out, his pros are he's outrageously tanky. He's very, very good commander effect with some of the more expensive Yuuzhan Vong, like the Jedi Hunter and the Osu's Guardian and like the Praetorite Vong characters. Really nice for them. But his cons are the base damage is a huge bummer, and then some abilities are just kind of awkward. Like Momentum's kind of awkward with 10 damage, which is a little weird. And then Cleave is a little awkward when you're not doing a whole lot of damage to just kind of wipe people out. Like with Maul, with Cleave, you're going to like use 2 attacks, 30 damage or 60 damage, bam, kill someone, and then you can easily use Cleave again. Maybe not as easily with this guy unless it's a bunch of little like weak stuff, but anyway. So definitely a great character. Just kind of keep that con in mind and try to improve it. Last character on this is Yomin Carr. He's the last unique character for this team. So Yomin Carr, kind of fun. His hit points are good with 60. It's pretty normal for a 19 melee character. His range survivability is really nice. It's pretty great because he has a few good things going for him. He does have stealth, which is going to be very, 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 like having stealth immediately is a really, really good thing to have for that. Force immunity is always going to help for the melee situation for sure. So definitely having stealth, that's solid. So he's got solid range survivability. Melee, not really all that much. Like his melee survivability, he's going to probably get toasted because he has poor defense, so he'll probably get killed pretty quick in the melee, to be honest with you. So this character, I kind of think of him as like a short range character because he has spit poison. You don't want to get him too close. He could be nice with Nom Anor because then he could potentially get... Oh, hold on a second. Nom Anor is... Let's see. Character squad with stealth, including... Yep, yeah. So he would be able to get super stealth. So he could use super stealth, be close, but not on the front lines to do good. So he could be a good pairing with Nom Anor. Let's take a look on what I have next. So the attack, 7. That's fine. Not the highest. I probably wouldn't use this guy's base attack very often. I'd probably just use things like Spit Poison and Thud Bug and stuff. Thud Bug's pretty fun because the thing with Thud Bug is it's just kind of like it's like in activation grenades. You do 10 damage and then the enemy's considered activated. In my opinion, super underrated power. I think having a few cheap guys throwing Thud Bugs out, activating people can be really annoying for the enemy. And it does little damage, but the activation is what's killer, especially if you have a lot of people shooting him out. So he's kind of like a short-range character, in my opinion, and that kind of goes into special abilities. Force immunity, of course, he's going to have that. Poison 10, so if he has to attack somebody melee, it's usually going to be better. Spit Poison, again, a kind of a fun short-range attack against living characters. It's nice because it's a 50-50. Stealth and then Thud Bug is just kind of an alternative if you want to activate someone instead. So kind of fun there. The max damage, I already said it's poor. We're just going to skip over that. Pretty much all these guys have bad max damage. They have other ways of doing damage or you have to help them out. The ability synergy, I think, is pretty good. And then I think the versatility is pretty solid. The reason I like the versatility with him is for one, he has stealth. And then the thing is with his stealth is... And this kind of is contradictory to what I was saying about Nom Anor. So I'd say maybe Nom Anor probably should have a little more versatility. It's just he has such low base attack. It's so frustrating. The thing with him is the reason he's more versatile, in my opinion, is because he has Thud Bug and he has Spit Poison. And so if you want to, you could be like, hey, do I want to use this power and do more damage, or do I want to use this power and activate people? And I can do commander effects where I can give some other people maybe poison to do better melee, or maybe if they're not good with melee, split poison can be more effective for him. So I think he can do a lot more fun things. He has more like tools that he can use in different situations. So his commander effect I think is really good. So Yuuzhan Vong allies within 6 squares gain poison 10 and split poison. That poison right there is really, really good, like I just mentioned, for Warmaster, because, you know, against probably most characters, boom, you just doubled attack to 10, which is really, really good. Although there's a save, keep in mind, but it's really, really good for him especially, and some other characters can really benefit too. Spit poison I think could be really nice for certain characters like, you know, the warriors or characters who just don't attack well at all. Instead they can just do a 50-50 20 damage attack, which is, you know, way better for what they'd be doing anyway, so definitely pretty nice there. Yuuzhan Vong score, I give him a good score. He's 3.5, really good. He's got some weaknesses, like he's kind of squishy if people do get on top of him. He doesn't have the amazing super stealth and solid stats or the crazy tankiness. He's just kind of like, his stats are like fine-ish, but he's got fun powers that could be interesting, but they're not like overwhelmingly crazy powers. So Blue Milk, 7.58. He's a poison expert, and he's super cheap to pick up. His pros, he's excellent force. Shoot. I need to read these things before I do them. Hold on a second. Alright, so I just barely fixed this and put it back to the way it should have been. So, pros, lots of different options with Spit Poison 20 and Bedbug, and then also his command effects, pretty helpful for a few allies. And then the cons, he's pretty squishy. Someone gets on top of him, so it's just kind of something you have to watch out for. He could die pretty quick, and he doesn't have that overwhelming firepower. So, anyway, fun character. I haven't really used this guy too much. Used Nom Anor a few times, of course, but not really Yomin Carr. Rounding it out, we got the final scores. So in last place, of course, Yomin Carr 3.3, a good score for sure, but not as crazy as the other guys. Warmaster Tsavong Lah a 4.07. And then in my opinion, I like Nom Anor the most. He's 4.26. And then here's kind of all their stats up top, as you can see. Generally, they have a lot of really nice special abilities, really fun ones. Good commander effects, especially for their team. They really benefit their team quite a bit. And they generally have pretty good attack. Not Yomin Carr. Oh, it looks like Yomin Carr got cut off here, so it's my bad. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, I'm just going to go back to... let's go back to this one right here. Not clicking right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, please subscribe, and then definitely stay tuned. I'll be doing the non-unique Yuuzhan Vong maybe in a week or so. Unfortunately, right now, I'm in a bit of a slower cadence releasing videos. It's just kind of how life is, you know, but it's been a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to some of the videos I have coming up soon. Got a lot more fun stuff in store. So, anyways, I'll leave it there. Till next time, I hope you guys all have a good one, and thanks for watching.